Hey everybody, welcome back to Knife Knife. We are on our H episode. Honeydew melon, pretty popular in like fruit salads you see at the grocery store or in convenience stores. Generally though, I feel like those are not very ripe in flavor. They don't taste very sweet. They kind of just taste mostly like water. So a thing that I wanted to tell you about when you're purchasing melons at the grocery store, a really great way to tell if they are ripe is to smell them. And specifically, smell where the vine had been attached to the melon. And if you put your nose to it and you smell like a really just ripe smell, you smell sweetness, you get the scent of honeydew, that is how you know that melon is ripe and ready to go. Anyway, let's get started. We have a couple of recipes today, and they're both going to be super easy. The first one is going to be a salad, and it's only got 4 ingredients in it. Also, if you notice, I am drinking a beverage. This is some celery limeade that I made. Okay, I'm sorry. What we're going to want to do, this is how I like to cut up my melon. So first I cut off each end. In the trash bowl. And then I can put the melon on a stable surface. Like now that the ends are cut off, I'm not going to have to worry about it wobbling on its side. And then I'm going to cut it in half. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And then to get the seeds out, it's really simple. You just gotta grab a spoon and just scrape them right into your trash bowl. So I'm gonna cut that in half, and I will save the smaller piece for our next venture. And then I'm going to cut this into 4 long slices. And then with each one, I'm going to just be cutting along here and then just cutting that into chunks, however big you want. You can do smaller. This melon is super ripe, so it's very juicy. Another way you can do it is by leaving the melon upright and then just moving your knife just along and keeping your other hand atop and never letting it go down where the knife is. All right, and then we just take a sponge, a clean sponge, and wipe down our board real quick. Now we're gonna take a jalapeno pepper. So we're just gonna cut the top off there. And we're gonna cut right down the center. And if you want to, you can use gloves, whatever you feel like. Protect your fingers. Just be really careful if you're cutting jalapeno, bare hands. Make sure you wash your hands really well. A trick that I like to use is have either some lemon or lime around, and I will rub that on my fingers after I'm done, because the oils that make the jalapeno pepper spicy will stay on your fingers. And if you wipe your eye or your nose, or if you go into the bathroom, it'll fucking sting, okay? It'll burn really bad. And so the acidity of these fresh fruits will take that off. Again, I'm just gonna be cutting out the middle pith, or the sinew, I think is maybe what it's called. I've worked in kitchens for like 15 years. I never remember like the proper names of stuff. Oh, that's a strong pepper. I am going to turn my burner on, and I'm using a cast iron skillet, so it's going to take more time to heat up. But if you're using a saute pan or something with a thin metal, it's going to heat up much faster. So just be aware of that. I'm going to turn this actually quite high, more high than I normally would. And I want to get the pan pretty damn hot. And I'm gonna put both halves of this jalapeno down, and I'm gonna push down so that it breaks. And I'm gonna put another pot on top of it so that it cooks. And this is a thing we do not want to walk away from. Okay, so we've had this going for about a minute. We're just gonna take that pan off. So not dark enough. We're gonna put that pan back on. And since it was still so light, we're gonna do another 2 minutes. We're at 2 minutes. We got some steam coming off. It's starting to smoke a little bit. Oh, wonderful. This is exactly the color that we want. And now we're gonna flip them over and we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. And since this is cast iron and cast iron retains heat, I'm actually gonna turn the heat down straight to medium. A thing to be aware of when you are cooking peppers is when it starts to steam and smoke a little bit, you're gonna get a little bit of smoke with this. That's okay. We just don't want a lot of smoke. Peppers, hot peppers, can definitely make you cough. So we'll start to feel it in your lungs. If you start to feel like a little tickle in here, that's completely normal. That's just part of making peppers. It's okay. We've gone the full 4 minutes. If you've had metal overheat for some time, make sure you grab an oven mitt before you touch it again. Let's take a look. So we've got a nice dark color on both sides. This is perfect. This is what we want. We're gonna take those off, put them on our cutting board. We're gonna cut these guys up. You'll notice as it cools, the skin starts to kind of peel off a bit. Some people like to take that off. I don't necessarily mind if it's on because I like that kind of like charred flavor that it has. And I just want to get a really nice chunk. The thing about peppers is they can vary in how spicy they are. So if you're sensitive to spiciness, taste them. Oh, get some salt. I don't think these are that spicy. I think it's fine if I use all of these in my salad. I'm gonna grab a little bowl and I'm gonna add my jalapenos in. Wipe all this gunk off. Take a sip of this really delicious beverage. We're gonna do half a tablespoon of oil. We're gonna put that in with the peppers. And that'll help kind of like just make everything sort of together. Like it'll feel more like a dressing. But also if we have oil in our tablespoon, when we add the honey in, which we want a full tablespoon of, it's just gonna slide right out. Beautiful. I want to add some orange zest first before I add the juice. By adding the zest in there, you're gonna get a more bright flavor. I got a bit too much of the pith in there, but it's gonna be okay. All right, then I'm going to squeeze in half that orange. Just using my hands to kind of cup just in case any seeds come out. And I'm just gonna mix this stuff together real quick. And we're just gonna toss that with our melon. If it's just me at home, like this would be enough. Like I wouldn't need to do more to this. But if I was like saying making this as a whole salad and I was going to be taking it to like a friend's house with potluck, or I'm serving it with a dinner party I'm doing, I would add something like bright for garnish, something that's like a red color. So maybe adding in like some strawberries or putting in like raisins or something that has like a nice contrasting color. That's just so interesting, you know? I never would have thought to put jalapenos with honeydew melon. It was just something I came across. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. I didn't put enough on the jalapenos. It's so unique. And that honey is just like nice and sweet. If you wanted it to be even more bright, you could add some lime juice. And that's just to like give it a little extra sourness because oranges tend to not be that sour. But that's a personal preference, you know? Taste it where it's at. See what you like. Moving on. Is it? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut these guys in thin slices. All right, so that's about as thick as you want them. The bottom part is about 1 inch and the top is just like really, really thin. And I'm just using a smidgen of oil and just doing a quick drizzle over that. And then we're gonna flip them and do a quick one over on the other side. And we're spreading that around. Sugar. This is definitely a pretty sweet dish, but that is fine. It's a really, really great thing for like summer barbecues. Like if you have a barbecue, you can do this on the barbecue as well. So I'm gonna do a thick coating of sugar on this guy. And I'm gonna rub it in. Do it on the other side. When you're sticking your hand into like your sugar jar or bag of sugar, make sure it's dry because if it's wet, that's how you end up with those hard clumps that are just a pain in the ass. Okay, directly on. All right. And you can see there's already like some browning, and that's the sugar. Cooking on the other side. Not hot enough. I'm going to turn my heat back up. Nope. Alright, we're giving it a flip. Giving it face a lip. Giving it a flip. And so we've got that lovely caramelization from the sugar on there. And then we're going to turn our heat off. Just get a lemon wedge. We don't need a whole bunch of lemon juice. And I would just do like a little, the way you would like, say some shrimp, you know. We can even throw on some lemon zest. Just a little bit of lemon zest. And then bam, done. Here we are. We've got our freshly grilled melons. So good. Like the brightness of the lemon, the sugar caramelizes. It's so good. You don't always have to have yogurt covered fruit salad at a picnic. Do something new. Branch out. We get some brown sugar on here. Forget about it. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed these. I hope they are super simple. I hope that you can impress your friends with them. I hope that you follow me on Instagram, and if you end up making any of this, you tag me and show me what it is that you're doing. I would love to see how you make these recipes grow. I will see y'all in the next episode.